Denise here, Let Your Creativity Shine. I really hope you're all having a great day or afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. Look at this gorgeous, beautiful sign that I found on Temu. Now, today we're making this wreath. I am just recording this voiceover because my volume wasn't working. So this might not be exact to where it's supposed to go, but we're trying. Anyhow, so there's the ribbons, all the ribbons, and the Deco-Mesh, and that most everything I got from Temu except for two of the rolls of the mesh, which I got at Unique in the Creek. But everything else I got at Temu. We also used some flex tubing in here. Okay, now I'm getting the wreath base ready. It's about an 8-inch wreath base, which also came from Temu. So I learned a new trick about how to put your Chanel stems on there. You fold them, and then you put it through, and you put the ends that are the two ends that are you folded. You put that through, and you tighten it, and boom, they don't move on the thing. So that's what I did. I put 8 around the outside and in the inside. I usually put 6. But I want it to be a full wreath because of the size of the wreath base. To make the fold of a ruffle, you have your mesh so that it curls up, and then you just fold end over end, just flip it over, scrunch it in the middle, put it on the bowl maker to hold it in place, and then you keep doing that. And then when you start putting it onto the wreath, you're going to alternate those colors onto the wreath. If you don't have a bowl maker or anything to hold your mesh, you can use clips or whatever you have on hand to hold them together. So then you start placing them in, and you go around, and as you're placing them in, you kind of straighten them out, make them look fluffy. And then once you do the outside, then you'll do the inside. So as you can see, I finish off the outside. Then we'll do the inside. So basically, you keep repeating the process. Fold over the ruffle, and you keep doing that. But try and fluff it up. And can you see how full this wreath is starting to look already? And it's an 8-inch. I believe when I measured it, after I got the base done, I believe it was almost 15 or 16-inch wreath by the time I got just the mesh on it. Pretty cool. Another note, you guys, if you don't have 4 different types of mesh, you don't have to use 4 different types of mesh. It's just what I wanted to do because I was bringing out the colors out of the sign. So you could just do it with 2 colors, like either the navy blue stripe with the white would be fine, or the gray mesh, or you just do the navy blue and the white. It's whatever you want. If the way I would do it, if I only used the 2 colors, I would probably do like you see you do the blue and then the white on top, and then your next one I would do the blue first, then the white. No, the white first, then the blue, and then you alternate it like that on your wreath if you wanted to. Or you guys don't have to. You could just do it all the same. It's whatever makes you comfortable and what you think looks good. There's no right or wrong to how you do it. Just let your creativity shine. We're doing our ribbon tails. Now the ribbon tails, I cut them at 16 inches. And I'll let you guys know, I did it off camera. I did trim them back once I got everything else on because I just felt they were too long. So normally I usually go 12 or 13. So again, that all depends on what you feel comfortable with. But look how full this wreath base is. Doesn't it look awesome? Oh, I was just like, wow, it looks like one from Wreaths of Joy. Anyhow, so here what I decided to do with the ribbon tails is I also alternated the colors of the ribbon. So one tail has the dark on the top and then the light on the bottom. The next one I put the light on the top and the dark on the bottom. So as you can see, the ribbon tails on the outside. Now in the middle, what I'm doing is I'm adding the feathers. What I did is I combined 4 pieces of 2 different kinds of feathers. One's a little fluffier, as you can see, and I used those little rubber bands to put them together, and we're putting them in where the ribbon tails would go in the middle part. I decided to go, and then I thought that would look really good for around the sign. So as you can see, it does look really good from it sitting there. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to do the bow. We're going to make the bow next, but first I believe I put in the flex tubing. Yep, that was right. So the flex tubing, what I did is I folded it over so there'll be like 4 times or twice. And then the part that is like the loop, I took that and tied it into the ribbon where the ribbon tail is on the Chanel stem. And then the other piece that would be the other loop, I cut that so that it's just 4 pieces of flex tubing sticking out from the bottom. And then in the middle part, what I did is I folded it and twice, made 2 loops, cut it, and then I put the little rubber bands on it, and then I placed it in so that the loop part was sticking out by the feather. So you can see how I'm putting them in the middle, the loops. Next time I think they might be a little bit bigger if I do it this style again. Okay, so now we're going to get the sign ready to attach to the wreath. So we have to add the cable ties on there. So this time I normally use hot glue and the crazy glue, but I only used the crazy glue because my hot glue gun wasn't plugged in. So we're going to let that dry. While that's drying, then we're going to start making the bow. Okay, as you can see, we're started making the bow, and it is 6 inches. This bow maker you can get at Wreaths of Joy. My link is in my description for them. I believe it's still in there. If not, I will make sure it's in there. They also have other bow makers in there. Please check it out. Am's Bow and Go is awesome. And I think it's Regina. I can't remember the lady's name, but they also make a bow maker. Check them out. Wreaths of Joy. Okay, so now you see the plaid. I did the 6 inch and then the 5 inch, and then those 2 pieces I'm adding, the light blue and the navy blue, were the last little bit left from when I did the ribbon tails. So I just included them in there just to give that color added into the bow. The next one I believe I did is a navy blue. So I added the navy blue, and those, I think I put them up at the same. I did 2 and 2. I believe they were 3 inches, both 3 inches. And don't forget to dovetail your ribbons, you guys. Same with your ribbon tails. And how you do that is you fold it over, and then you cut on the folded side. You say you're holding it with your left hand, and you got your right hand in the scissors, and then you cut it towards the corner at an angle, almost like a 90-degree
Okay,
angle.
so this ribbon is a little bit lighter. It's a sheer ribbon. It's got hearts on it, and the wire's not that great, so I only put like 4 on there, and then I put the feathers. I put some feathers. I tried to crisscross them across the center, and then I folded the flex tubing for, I can't remember, 3 or 4 times, and then I put that in the middle, and then we tie it off. Guys, this is my fluff box that I made. It's just one of those shells that you can buy I got it at a secondhand store. I put a screw in the middle, a screw on the side, and then you take your Chanel stem. If you're using Chanel stem or wire, whatever you're using, then you screw each end onto your screws, and then you start fluffing. As you can see, when you start fluffing, you pull one loop far away from you, like you separate them, and don't be afraid to stretch them, because if you zip tie it tight enough, it will, in the middle, it won't fall apart. So you keep fluffing it, and then we look at putting it in the design. Keep fluffing it. Also, what I did is the flex tubing in the middle, I clipped those loops. I cut those loops so that you give it that texture. And then look at this beautiful bow we just did. Now we're going to add the sign and then the bow to the wreath. Okay, now we're going to put the sign on. You take the Chanel stems and you put them onto the cable mounts. I sometimes twist it in the middle just to give it that extra security. I put the crazy glue should hold them on. It should be strong enough. Then you figure out where you want to put it on your design, and you put it through the Chanel stems through the mesh, or find it so you could get to the frame. Then you can tie it to the frame at the back and make sure you tuck in anything that's sticking out. If you're using wire, will work a little bit better because the wire goes right through the mesh. So it's whatever you choose. It might take a little bit just to get it through there. That's why the Chanel stem, I found it a little harder, but next time I'll probably use some wire. You don't have to use a heavy gauge wire. It's more of a lighter gauge wire, but floral wire works great. So now we're going to add the bow. Same idea. You try and figure out where exactly you want to place it so that it looks good with your sign. I had to adjust it a few times to where I liked it. Maybe the next time, if I do one this size with the same kind of style, I'll probably put the sign in the middle and then put stuff around it. But overall, it turned out, it looks amazing. Okay, guys, now we're adding in the new in thing, and that is, it's like a paper greenery, but this is like a eucalyptus leaf, and it's like a paper, and the colors just matched everything, even the sign. Like the sign, I just like, wow, that matches the sign. So I pre-cut these, and then to make them smaller, I used, I think it was 2.5 stems to put around. So I put those around the outside, and then in the middle, I put as well where the feathers are, and then we took the roses, the mini roses. Those are just gorgeous. The white and the navy blue, and we did the same thing. They bunched them up because you can push them up and make them look fuller, and we stuck them in. I pre-cut them, and then we put them in where the ribbon tails. Did that around the outside and in the middle. Okay, I'm continuing on with the flowers. And then once we're done here, then you'll see I did a quick little video with this wreath hanging on the wall. And it is just beautiful. The only thing I haven't figured out what to do yet is the top, because these signs, some of them come with pre-drilled holes. So you can see the little hole above her head. It might not be in this video, but I'm planning on putting something there to cover that. So I haven't figured out what I want to put there, but I will figure it out. Anyhow, you guys, thank you for watching, taking the time to watch it. Still adding. There's a lot of flowers, but as you can see, the bunches work really good in this design. I didn't add any greenery. I just used what was in there for the greenery. It's like a plastic brown color, which helps with the hair color and the sign and the darker spots. So you will see
I put this thing on the wall and I hung it up and I took a video of it. Oh my goodness, you guys. I was just like, this is gorgeous. That sign I just love that sign. So I hope you enjoy. And the reason why some of these spots are fast is because I didn't have volume and I had to do voiceover. So when I edit it, I sped things up. Till next time.